Booth, where we're being joined now by the Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. Jim, just sort of sum up this whole road trip, winning 6 out of 10. The Orioles joined the Dodgers as the only teams this year in baseball that have not lost a road trip all season long.
Well, it was a marvelous road trip. It's one of those trips, Tom, when you consider how well Oakland was playing, how well the Angels were hitting, the fact that when you come here to Seattle, if you watch other clubs come in, I mean, they can just outpitch you to death. So, to go 6-4, it could have been a lot better. I suppose it could have been a lot worse. But again, it's 10 games off the schedule. You still have a 4-game edge in the win or the loss column, which is real important. Those are the kind of numbers because everybody's going to have to play 162. So you take them off. You no longer have to come to the West Coast. Doesn't get any easier because Angels are going to come to Baltimore. We know they have a good team, and you're going to see their at least 2 of their 3 best pitchers, and then Seattle comes right back. So you may see Iwakuma and maybe Felix Hernandez, but they're big wins. They did them, didn't hit that well from an average-wise, but they got clutch hits. And, as a former pitcher, somebody that knows how important, as Rick Dempsey does, about how important pitching is, they really pitched their tails off on this 10-day trip, and that's great to see.
Jimmy, well, Miguel gets the MacGyver award for the day. Certainly, I mean, early on he had a lot of trouble, and I don't know how he figured his way out of it, but he does it all the time. He amazes me. He somehow pitches out of it, and he did a good job today. I guess as the game went on, he got better.
Well, yeah, he did. I mean, he gave up 8 hits in the first 4 innings. And, the one thing about it, I mean, Houdini, David Copperfield, great magician, young hitter there in Jones. He's able to get him out to get out of trouble. They get the early lead. And then, Corey Hart chases one in, spanks his bat. Bad bat. Well, he made a pretty good pitch. And then right here, a little change up, maybe a splitter down and away. Ackley, who had a nice series, hits it off the end of the bat, and he gets out of trouble. So there are the numbers. If you know the background of Miguel Gonzalez, he had the knee problems. He had the Tommy John surgery, pitching in the Mexican League. He's a tough guy. He's real happy playing here. They keep talking about trading him. All I know is he gives you a chance to win every 5th day, and that's a pretty good thing to happen. And, he's one of the reasons the Orioles pitching staff, the last, 42 games now, the ERA is down somewhere for the starters right at, 3.1 runs a game. So it doesn't really get much better than that. And then if you can just try to be able to do that, and I think a lot of it has to do, we got some young catchers. They've, now you got a veteran, Nick Hundley. They've done a nice job. Great defense. Why wouldn't you want to pitch to this ball club with the kind of defense playing behind them? And I think Dave Wallace and Dom Chidi finally getting to these guys how important low and away is. And we've seen guys, and I think Gonzalez changed up and he used all his pitches, even though he didn't have his best stuff today.
Jim, how about the Manny Machado at bat, where it looked like he was almost getting hit in the face when he took that swing, and then coming back on the next pitch to drive the run in?
Well, these guys all have power arms. I mean, Will Helmsley came in. He threw some balls at 97. You would have liked to have beaten Rodney after he pulled the arrow stuff, which he does all the time. But Medina, he caught a ball and flipped it over to first base. Is another guy that maybe you want to beat, and you were able to do that today. I mean, he came in. Adam Jones had some chances maybe to put this game out of reach early. Didn't. Let it off with a double. And, he didn't make a very good pitch, 0-2. But again, at 96 miles per hour, Manny was able to get it up in the air. Looked like it might even be a double over the head of Jones. But the sacrifice wins it. So, and then you go to Britton, who end up throwing 99 in the in the 10th inning to get the save. So again, I mean, you could not have written a script. Yeah, they could have won more games. They could have lost more games on this trip, but to come out here and do what they did, they ought to be very proud. They ought to be able to get on that plane, relax, have a good time, enjoy the off day, even though they get home late tonight, and then get ready for the Angels.